I didn't unmute myself. Hello. Not for the second time. Welcome to the fifth episode of Trygrius as we continue chronicling our adventure or misadventures or people just playing a tabletop game together through our made up world that we all made up together in the cipher system. If any of that sounded interesting to you, boy, are you in the right place. If not, I don't know. Watch anyway. I am Mick. I am the GM. I am joined, as always, by some of my lovely players here. You guys want to introduce yourselves in complete chaos order?
No. Hi, I'm James.
Hi, I'm Brandon. I'll be playing Coda.
Hey, I'm Alec. I'm playing Reese.
And I'm Julia. I'll be playing Lapis.
Yeah, we are once again down our faithful companion, Harold, portrayed by Sam, who will hopefully be back with us soon. And yeah. So, last time, guys did some stuff. Caused some trouble for some people, as all good adventurers do.
Sorry.
Yeah. After some debate about what to do in the procurement and preparation of breakfast meats, you guys decided to ask around town to see if you can find out more about what happened. First thing you ended up doing was going to the trade post to buy some more manasite to potentially make more ciphers in the future, as that is something you guys might want to do. And then you spotted some thugs. I guess technically not thugs. They're technically very much the opposite of thugs, as they are the law people, following you around after a interrogation that almost turned to violence, but then didn't. But then almost turned into violence with Koda's jumping in. Then didn't. You guys convinced them to lead you guys to the sheriff. And after talking with the sheriff, you found out that by going into the manor, you put her daughter's life in danger. And most of you decided to help. The rest of you, James, decided that they would help if everyone else wanted to. So, Oscar, I should say more than James. And yeah, you guys started making your way to a cavern where Clarissa, the sheriff, had found that this person was. And on your way there, you were attacked by some monsters. You handled them relatively easily and absorbed their magic for the first time into the mana site, so you guys could start working towards getting those sweet, sweet ciphers. And then you made your way into a cave where tossed a grenade and hoped for the best. After a short fight where these goons clearly are no match for our capable adventurers were subdued, the leader of the group surrendered, not wanting to meet the fate of violence that his companions had met. That is kind of where we left off. So we'll go into the scene there. So you guys are around this fire, or I think it was actually it's some sort of lamp. It's not a fire. If it is a fire, it's burning wood or anything like that. And the guy is holding his hands up. The other two are on the ground. It's up to you whether or not they're unconscious or dead.
The power. They shall live through Coda's opinion.
Yeah, so are you guys all kind of okay with that?
I'm good.
Alright, at this point, more than three quarters of the party have agreed. They are alive, reeling from the injuries you guys gave them, unable to fight, and the leader kind of just has his hands up. Looking at you guys, waiting for your instructions. In a corner in a cage is the little girl. She has a little bunny rabbit doll missing an eye.
I have the eye. I'm making my way over to the girl to get her out of the cage.
Yeah, it is locked.
Shoot. I would like to try and unlock it.
I reckon one of the fellas got a key over there.
Oh, let's search the body for a key. I'm gonna search the bodies for a key. So I'm gonna run to the cage, realize I don't have a lockpick or a key, run back to the bodies, and then see if I can find a key.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, what is everybody else doing?
I walk up to Clarissa, and I'm like, "Well, I reckon, ma'am, that we found your daughter and saved the day."
Kind of look at you like, well, it's not done till it's done. You still need to get out of here.
That's the easy part.
And she kind of looks back and out towards the exit of the cave. Looks back to you guys. It's getting dark soon. You don't want to be here while it's dark.
Okay, well, let's get her out of the cage.
And she nods. So what about Oscar and Lapis?
You go first.
Oh. um. Do I have rope? I don't have rope. Okay, I will find something to use as rope so I can tie these dudes up.
I would say it's pretty reasonable that they would have ropes lying around here.
Cool. Yeah, so I'll just tie up their hands. I'll make them do like the nice prison line where they're all tied together. I think that's fun. Yep. And so kind of just get them ready to march them down the mountain.
Yeah, give me an select roll.
Ooh. Can I use effort?
Yeah, absolutely. This is just to
Cool.
see how good your knot is.
Oh yeah, I know. That's why I need it.
Nice.
Not bad.
Yeah. Make a pretty good knot. You tie them up. They seem secured by your solid knot craft.
Awesome. Lapis is very pleased.
And what is Oscar doing?
So they're all unconscious, or
No, the guy is like dropped his weapon and he's holding it up, and I imagine Oscar, you were pointing your gun at him. If he did
Yeah.
anything.
I'll just be like, "You got anything else under there? Put it on the ground. Step back. I'm gonna check, so you might as well be honest."
Okay. Yeah, roll a perception check. Intellect, if you have any perception.
Nope.
Yeah, you do find that he has a knife on him, stuck in his boot. Take that and toss it. Give the little shake of the head like thought you were gonna get that one over.
Did wait, did they unlock the cage?
Reese is. I imagine this is all happening simultaneously. So Reese rushes over to the cave and Arden is not Arden. Coda is talking to
Wednesday?
Clarissa. Coda.
So,
Is that his Wednesday name?
Yeah,
That
that's
is.
Wednesday name?
Lapis is helping tie these guys up, and you kind of pat him down. So you would also find a key in his pocket. You're patting him down.
Oh, okay. That was part of my question.
Yeah.
I'll take it off him and just kind of I'll call out to get whoever is going to unlock the cage's attention. I forget already because I have great memory, and then I'll chuck him the key. Underhand toss it. Yes.
Yeah, so Reese, Oscar tosses this key over to you. Looks like it probably fit the lock.
Perfect. I run over to open the cage.
Yeah, and you're able to do that. open up, and the little girl is still kind of moved to the back of the cage and seems frightened of you. But Clarissa runs up and goes, "Oh, it's okay, Annabelle. It's okay. Come over here." To her.
I'll walk I'll tap Clarissa on the shoulder and present her with the eye I found, and just kind of mentions like that fell off the doll there. If you would
She'll
do
sort
the
of nod.
thing and get to the rightful place.
Yeah, she'll nod and be like, "Thank you." Pocket and kind of just hugs her child, having not seen her for a little bit.
Coda cries. I just a little tear.
Yeah.
So, touch.
Oh, all right. Well, we best be hurrying in. Well, like I said, we don't want to be here.
Give me just 1 minute here. I'll turn back to the leader guy and be like, all right, so you're probably doing somebody's dirty work. You want to tell us who?
He
And
just looks at
why?
you stolidly.
Are you doing this on your own? Why? I mean, talk.
I don't see much reason in talking to you.
Why don't you take a seat then?
Okay.
Just backing him to the chair.
Yeah, he'll sort of resist, but at this point, you can kind of force him. But you
Yeah,
definitely
I'm
have
pointing
to.
a revolver at him.
Yeah. He'll reluctantly move over to something they're using as a seat.
Are Clarissa and daughter like watching? Because if so, I like kind of like motion like I want to just like walk away, just like like a shoe kind of hand motion.
Yeah, Clarissa will look at you and just nod. And she'll be like, come on, sweetie. She kind of just pulls her kid down the tunnel.
All right, I'll just be like, we're gonna try this again, and I'm just gonna pull out my dagger really quick, my knife, and just like stab it into. I imagine there's an armrest. I don't know if there is or not.
No, they're sitting on like a wooden crate that's probably
Oh, a
doubles as
crate.
like it doubles as like supply holding.
I'll like
Yeah.
stab it and try to stab it into his thigh. Like not trying to kill him, but
Right.
just stabbing.
Sure.
I have no idea how he reacts. But
Make a might attack roll.
um it's not speed. Rip.
No, I believe all melees might. I could be wrong though.
Okay, I'll use might.
I mean, it's a dagger, so you have a modifier of 1. But
Oh yeah. It is a light weapon.
so you slam into his thigh, and he just yells out in pain.
So I'm also going to rip. Rip your allergies, Brandon. But I'm also going to I can choose to inflict 2 fewer points. Oh, it's 2 fewer points of damage. That would be nothing.
Yeah.
That wouldn't exactly work flavor wise. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to try and. I'm just using my manipulation. When somebody's experiencing physical pain, I'm trained in intimidation, deception, persuasion.
Okay.
So I'm just going to try and I'm going to try and talk it out of him, see if I can convince him to give up any details about
Yeah, you can make an intellect roll.
why he's doing what he's doing. All right.
What's everyone's reactions? So we see, we don't see the act of the knife going in. We see Oscar take the knife, slam it down, and instead we hear the knife going in, but we see the reaction of the rest of the party. So what's it look like when Reese sees this?
Reese is horrified.
Lapis?
He's like, "Oh dear God, not again!" He is like, "Oh God, oh God, oh God," and trying to think of like, what the fuck do I do now?
Yeah. Lapis?
She's just kind of nodding along, like, yeah, you go, dude. Cool.
And Coda? Oh, Brandon, are you muted?
Yeah, he muted for his sneezy.
His allergies. But I'm gonna use an effort, so I'm gonna mark that, and then I'm just gonna mark trained as an asset, so it's in the roll.
Yeah, no. Nice. Do you have a minor effect here? What would you like for your minor?
I have no idea. I feel like there's one specific goal that this is going for. I don't know what a side thing would be. Anything I can think of feels like restricting. Feels like I don't know. I guess specifically. I also want to know if there's any more of them.
All right,
Or
so
if
you're gonna
it's just
ask
those
if
three.
he has any backup as well.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. He grits his teeth. He spits out eventually, through heavy breathing. No, just us. Look, I don't know much about the employer. They paid a hefty fee up front, and they promised us more when we got this done.
Where'd you get this job?
Yeah, and he goes, they found us. We had a camp nearby. Some other bandits are there too. Look, I don't know much about them. All I remember that they had this symbol on their lapel.
What did it look like?
So at this point, you notice he's gonna hesitate. Like there's hesitation in his.
Yeah, as he's like hesitating, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna need that back. And I'm just gonna pull the knife out.
Okay, yeah. So you at the notice of the hesitation, you just rip it out. He shouts again.
You don't have to do that anymore.
Because it was strange. Just a symbol. And he's like thinking. It was like a circle. It had a line through it. I don't know what it meant.
Well, I appreciate your input. I think we don't need to do that anymore. Just like wipe it off on, I don't know, dirt or something.
Alright. So at this point, Lapis, do you add him to the chain gang or?
Yeah, I got a first aid kit too, so I'll kind of, unless Reese does something, she'll kind of patch him up so he can actually like make the journey down.
Sure. Make a medicine. This would be an intellect. Get any medicine? Lie.
Yeah, I have my kit's going to be an asset.
Yes, your kid is going to be an asset. Try to make like something to apply pressure to the wound. Yeah, like it's not the best, but it's first aid, so it doesn't have to be. It's not like it's one of your teammates, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So you're able to get this guy at least the ability to walk. Is there anything else you want to do before you start heading out of the cave?
I
Not for
check
Lapis.
for loot.
I was gonna say, did we give
Sure.
it a full once over? I don't know.
You guys can, if you want to. I mean, the cost is time.
True.
I just want to do like a real quick loop around to see if I can find anything that like strikes me as valuable.
Sure, you can make an intellect roll. Do perception. Are you back yet, Brandon? Have you finished the sneezings?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So did you hear what was going on?
I did.
Okay. What was your reaction when Oscar stuck the knife in?
Chloe just kind of stares at it, and then looks away, but he doesn't look too bothered.
Yeah. So, Reese, as you're kind of digging through, a lot of this is pretty mundane stuff. It's supplies that are useful, like food and probably some medicine, some medical stuff. Not very much of it, more first aid like what Lapis has on her. Probably effectively a first aid kit or a medicine. And that type of stuff. That's what seems to mostly be here. But notice a false panel in one of the crates. And when you open that up, you find about 500 cash.
I'm gonna look around. Can I perception check to see if anyone sees me opening up the chest, and then try to control my reaction?
Well, you can roll. I guess if you're trying to get people not to see you, you can roll a speed stealth roll. But I mean, you were kind of just looking around.
Yeah. I guess I'll just look up and just be like, "Oh shit," and just kind of hurriedly put it into a bag, and then just kind of walk over to Lapis and just say like, I found something," and just kind of show her what's inside the bag. I don't know what to do with it.
What is this again? Sorry.
It's just
It's a
cash.
bag. Yeah, it's a bag full of $500 cash.
Oh.
I imagine like that's the exact reaction because you're like, "Oh God, what the hell is Reese bringing over here?" And you look into it as like, "Oh."
Yep. So she'll just kind of grin at you. Uh, we gotta hold on to it for safekeeping, right? Right?
Yeah, just, maybe don't let me hold on to it. I'm not the best with money.
Okay. So she'll
I'm
take
a,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give her the bag.
Cool. Yeah.
All right, put it on your character sheet list if you've forgotten.
Yep.
Uh, yeah. So you go ahead and take it, shove it in your. I mean, I'm sure you have like a backpack of some sort.
Yeah, I have a bag. So it's just gonna be stuffed in there.
Yeah.
Pick up some of the food, like the food preservations that they have.
Yeah.
I will
It's a lot.
mark.
It's a lot of canned stuff. A bunch of canned beans. Probably good enough for maybe a week's worth for 3 people, 4 people. So, so Coda, what are you doing?
He's just kind of just waiting for something to happen, I guess. He's looking at the cage, wandering around.
Yeah, I think if you're looking at the cage, you can notice that this was probably made for medium-sized farm animals. Transporting them. So, you'd maybe have like a sheep or something in it, typically. All right. So you guys start heading out the cave then.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys are heading in out. And, once you get to the exit, Clarissa looks around. It's like, could be a problem. All right, we have two options. We can either try to hunker down in this cave for the night, or we can make our way back.
Are there gonna be more stone cats?
Those are daytime predators here. Nighttime ones are worse. She kind of like looks out ominously. And Reese, I think you would notice because you probably be. The little girl looks anxious, like she really.
Looks anxious. Okay. Like she wants to not be outside, or anxious as in get back to town.
Get back to town. Like she's been away from her home in a cage. She probably wants like the normalcy.
Can I do an intellect roll to see if it's actually feasible for us if we like book it? If we can all get back in a timely manner where we don't necessarily incite a fight.
Yeah, you can make an intellect roll if you have any survival-based skills. It would apply.
Um. No, I'm not showing any survivor-based skills, but can I try anyway?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying they would apply, right?
Oh,
Me saying that is letting you know. Look at your sheet. Make sure you don't have a skill that applies to this situation, so you're not making the roll harder than it needs to be.
ooh, let's say that I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to tell. It's possible, but you can't say with certainty. It is, however, dark out.
It's already dark out. Already dark out with the possibility of doing it. I guess, yeah. Reese is a cautious person. He's gonna err on the side of caution. He's kind of mentioned it's like it's already dark out. Either we book it or we don't make it. Making it seems awful hard.
Well, can you illusion up a wall or something?
Yeah, it'll be hell to maintain, but I can do it.
Yeah, you got to keep in mind, like he moves incredibly,
I know he's.
and he actually couldn't cover all of you. Cover like a few cubic, not enough. Guys.
That was more an
The better
Oscar
thing,
comment than a James comment.
Yeah.
um, I mean, the smarter idea would be to hold up in the cave, and I can, take watch and keep a keep a path closed off so it doesn't see us. But smell us or anything else, I can't prevent that. It's all gonna be sight, and I can animate it, but as soon as it gets touched, it's gone. So I'm really just kind of hoping it just sees it and then walks away, which is gonna be difficult. No campfire, nothing to keep us warm, cold cave. Got it.
Sounds like we're staying though.
I
Does anybody
mean,
else have a different opinion?
we have prisoners and a little girl. I don't think we're moving fast. So yeah, I'd stay.
I mean, we could not have prisoners, but uh, never mind.
At this point.
Uh, I mean, at this point, like, what would Clarissa do? So she'll cover Annabelle's ears, her hand. She can't hear. She'll turn to you guys and say, "Honestly, they'll have a trial, but truth of the matter is, even if they make it down to town, they're facing the gallows."
That's enough for me.
But hold off, Miss Sheriff. You think we can make it down there before dark?
It is dark. Your character is aware. It is dark outside.
Okay, but so I guess then amending that, like, you think we can make it down there before whatever's in the dark is going to kill us?
And she's just gonna say, I leave the decision up, to you guys. And she says, I'm pretty sure Annabelle wants to get home, so I'd like to get her home, but at the same time, even without the dead weight, still is dangerous. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, we can't make the kid uncomfortable, can we, guys?
I don't know. Kid being uncomfortable or probable death kind of sounds like.
I'm being honest. I'd rather be caught inside a cave, with a wall at my back, than be caught unawares on a horse in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, the other deal is the horses are just kind of tied up somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't know if they'll be there when we get to them, so could be a much longer journey home than we thought.
And Clarissa will say that I don't know if they'll make it through the night, but they should have made it at least to the night.
Ooh.
We're gonna let the horses die.
If we let the horses die, we have to walk all the way back. That is gonna be rough. At least we should go back to get the horses. Bare minimum, we should go back to get the horses.
If we get the horses, let's just go.
Yeah, Clarissa also kind of will say, yeah, at the point we're out of the ravine, we should be fine.
All right, are we leaving then?
More horses?
The horses.
Alright.
So you're gonna have to travel down the mountain path, and once you get to the end of the mountain path, that's where you left the horses. Then you'll have horses to travel the rest. They might not be very happy horses because they'd rather be sleeping, but they'll do it nonetheless.
Lapis will kind of shoulder up to Oscar and just whisper to him. So Juan, should we let people go ahead and we'll take care of the dead weight?
You know, we could just leave him. I have no problem doing what I do, but I don't know. Trying to change.
How's that going?
You know, we don't need to have that conversation right now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. We'll leave them in the cave. Yeah.
If we're gonna do that, we might as we might as well untie them and let them do whatever they're gonna do. They try and run. We can be back in the morning. I don't know. What am I supposed to do in this situation?
Shouldn't you have infinite wisdom? I don't know. I just know you're the guy who's fine with killing people.
I've always done the easy thing, not the hard thing. There never was really a question. Now that there's another option, makes things a little harder for me.
God damn it. We'll leave them in the cave. I'll deal with it. You're useless. Well, not useless. Sorry. Not trying to offend you. But yeah, I'll figure it out. Lapis will just pull the prisoners to the cave. And she'll leave them there tied up and just be like, I wish you the best, and then she'll skedaddle to the rest of the group, who's hopefully descending.
So as you're leaving, one of them, not the leader guy, shouts out to you. He's like, wait, you can't leave us here. And not in this cave.
And I can't because
And the leader guy kind of like glares at her, at the person who spoke up. Like, it's all right. We'll sit here and count to 20, and then take our way out.
Didn't they kidnap a child? I'm just asking, guys.
Yeah.
They just leave him.
yeah, right. Lapis will just kind of nod at the leader to him and be like, "Peace, you're on your own."
Okay. Guys, leave. So Lapis makes her way back out of the cave, gives Oscar the "it's taken care of" look.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then you guys start traveling down the pass. So, are you traveling with lights or not?
Well, I really think I'm gonna light my stick. Because your boy can't see in the dark.
I'm not
Can
gonna light
we?
anything.
Sorry, you go, Alec.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I'm not gonna light anything in case it comes near.
Okay.
Is there a possibility to like mute the light? Not mute, but like dim it a bit?
Yeah, if you have like a hooded lantern or something.
Yeah, you also have a flashlight, so it's directional.
Okay, yeah. So I'll kind of. I just want to create enough light for us to see immediately, but not attract as
So,
much attention.
so it's not adjustable, but you could like point it down, right? So it doesn't extend as
Yeah, and
far.
I was even thinking like if you take the cloth and kind of cover it a bit,
Oh,
if you
sure,
know what I
yeah.
mean, and
You could do
then
that too.
yeah.
You guys have more than one set of clothing, probably. That. But, I mean, Coda literally lights his stick on fire and it burns. You guys are making down the mountain pass. Why don't we do the perception roll thing? How well everyone's. So this is an intellect roll. Use it for the scene. Alright. Peace out of. Lapis. 0. Well, 2. Eating difficulty 0. And Coda beats. Alright. Alright. Guess you probably all have an inability. Makes sense to me. That'll be happening. None of you can see in the dark. Alright, so you guys are moving along in the darkness with your limited light sources. And you think you hear something. Lapis and Reed moving around you. It's hard to pinpoint the location. Sounds kind of like skittering. Something pointy hitting against the rocks. A bunch of them, rapid succession.
Like it. Like it.
It echoes around in sort of in the cavernous area. Not really sure what direction it's coming.
I would like to preemptively pop my residence.
Sure.
Yeah, Lapis will take out her sword and just be on the lookout.
Yeah. So Oscar and Coda, you them doing.
Yeah, I'll pull out my weapon, seeing them doing that.
I'm gonna kind of like do the thing where you like move your like light source to kind of see and like spin around in a circle.
Sure. Trying to illuminate the area a little bit more.
Yeah, trying to see what's going on.
Yeah, and Clarissa will look around after you get on edge. Well, this is what I was afraid of. I suggest we start running. And
All right.
she'll scoop up Annabelle in her arms, looking at you guys.
Coda books it. He's already running.
Coda's like, okay, and just
It's like-
takes off.
It's like bet. Zoom.
All right.
Meet it.
Okay, yeah. Why don't you give me a speed roll? What's everyone else doing? Coda's running well.
Yeah, he is. He's got 2 legs.
I want
That's-
to reduce my speed to keep up with Clarissa and the daughter to make sure that there's at least someone on there.
Since Clarissa's effectively an NPC, she'll be doing as well as you guys are doing.
Okay, yeah. But my goal is to kind of just keep pace with her to make sure that someone's at least around the two of them to help
Yeah.
out. I mean, I'm pretty sure she can take care of herself, but when it comes to multiple skittering sounds, I'd rather have 2 people around the kid than just one. I'll go ahead and make my speed roll.
Yeah, you don't have that asset. Then I don't know what you have, Mark.
It might be. See, I just did straight speed.
Yeah, you're fine. We can just not calculate the asset. All right, and then Lapis. I guess you see Reese and Oscar just take off at Clarissa's suggestion. You're the last one to react to this, I guess.
Yeah, well, she wanted to be in the rear anyways. She will speed ahead, but I'm sure that won't be that fast. I'll apply effort. I know my armor's gonna hurt me with that, but that's
Okay. All right, pretty decent. So you guys are running, and Oscar, I'm gonna give you an XP. So you're gonna get an XP for a GM intrusion. You can give the other XP to whomever you would like. So James.
Oh, to me. Okay. How many points do we all have?
I think I have the most. I have 8, so I can do without.
Brandon, how many?
10.
Julia?
7.
Okay, Julia. We both have 7, so gonna go to
Okay.
Lapis.
So Oscar, you're running, and you don't notice a rock on the ground, and you trip and you fall to the ground, slamming into it. As I guess the person next to you is Reese. So Reese, you'll notice this.
Yeah. Kind of want to keep the kids safe, but I also have a responsibility to my companions that if I were to shirk would be a deformation to my own character. I'm gonna make an effort to try to get Oscar up.
All right, so you're gonna get and go back to try to pick Oscar up.
As fast as I can.
Yeah, Lapis. At this point, you notice this as well.
Yeah, I'll like try to pause, jog in place, help Oscar up too.
I will
She kind
say,
of doesn't want to lose her
yeah,
momentum.
I will say you don't think Coda has noticed. He's very concentrated on his running.
Damn it. Yeah. Well,
He's
I'll just try to help us catch up.
Okay, so you're not gonna let Coda know?
Oh well. Oh yeah. If he's like
He's close
pretty
enough
close
that you
by,
can
I'll
yell.
just
Yeah,
be-
you can close enough that you can yell out to him, and he should hear you.
Coda, wait a sec.
We're supposed to be
Please?
running.
We're trying.
He turns around. Oh, the old man.
So, Reese, you rush over to Oscar to try to help him. And what you notice, as you know, you're sort of on your knees trying to help pick him up. You look up, and you see behind him, probably about a short distance away, a pair of red eyes. And then on top of that one, another pair. And another pair. Finally, another one until there are 8 eyes, glowing red, staring at you. And a slow skittering sound as it's moving towards you. Alright, why don't we have everyone roll initiative? Sounds like a good time for it. Yeah, so what's everyone doing? Just like, what are your general reactions?
If Oscar is up, I'm going to try to book it to get right next to Clarissa and the kid.
So you're like mid helping him up as you notice this. You just like let go and you're just like, nope.
I mean, if he's halfway up, I mean, I held him up and he's already getting up right now. He's gonna be fine. I'm worried about the kid, if I'm gonna be honest. I think Oscar can handle himself, so I'm gonna help him up and then just leave the rest with Lapis and then book my ass over to Clarissa and the kid.
Lapis, is that a 1?
That is a one for Lapis, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Alright, Reese, you got a 6.
I got a 6.
Coda, you got a 16, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oscar, you got a 5.
It's a little
Fitting.
bit.
Alright, Lapis, I think what happens is you end up dropping your sword as you kind of scoot and turn around. So it is no longer drawn. You'll have to spend an action.
Gotcha.
Alright, Coda, you're the first to react. You've turned around, you've seen Oscar down. They're probably a short distance away from you and another short distance away. The set of 8 glowing red eyes. Can't really make out the form. Your light doesn't quite reach it.
Okay, I'm going to just run back over as far as I can get. My entire action.
Yeah, so you can run up to where Oscar and Reese are with your entire action. But if you want to run further, you can make a roll, a difficulty 2 speed roll.
Okay.
Try to move further than that.
Okay, yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Okay.
2 speed roll. Sweet.
Alright, so if you want, you can move further than that.
I will, and I want to just like scene from Shrek with the mobs. I just want to be the guy, just like, hey, back.
Okay, so you want to run up to this thing.
Yeah.
As you get closer, you see this sort of arachnid figure. It has only 6 legs, and it also has 2 pincers at the front of it. And off the back thorax, instead of having like a place to shoot web, there's a long scorpion tail.
Guys, I made a mistake.
Yeah. And it's sort of this dark, and it has like a chitinous shells on it as well, that are this dark sort of purple, black color, and little hairs kind of poking out in between the joints of the shell. And it lets out this loud hissing sound as you get close to it. And then it gets to go. And how nice of you to run right up to it. So go ahead and make a speed defense roll. as the stinger comes striking down at you. Alright, 14 is enough to step out of the way as it slams into the ground next to you. And as it does so, this pool of green liquid starts to form at the tip, and the ground beneath begins to.
Guys, I made a big mistake.
Alright. Reese, it is your go.
So I'm a short distance away from the monster.
Yes, and now you can see it because Coda is up there illuminating it.
Damn. Okay. Um, I'm gonna physical onslaught, and I want to do my damnedest. So I'm popping the feathers thing again. I want to make them more iridescent and more like a brighter blue peacock kind of look,
Mhm.
to kind of give the illusion that I might be poisonous.
Sure, yeah.
And I just want to send them all through the tail to see if I can like cut off the tail.
Okay, yeah. Take your shot. Nice. So I think it would probably take a major effect to cut off the tail, but you still slam into it with feathers, causing it a good amount of damage. Although you notice that it's probably not hitting as hard as you would like it to. The chitinous armors chinks some of it off.
Okay, that's a good step. But yeah, 5 damage. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna try to like. I guess I'm gonna also try to make my saddle up a little bit closer if I have a little bit anything left, just to get further ahead of Clarissa and Oscar to make sure that there's something between them. So
Okay, so
Oscar
you
can
take
get
like a
up.
5-foot step forward.
Yeah, like a 5 foot
Like
step forward.
5, 10-ish feet after taking an action. All right, Oscar, you're on the
Yeah.
ground. Your gun is still out.
So I'm still down on the ground.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
You were being helped up by Reese, and then he abandoned you to help someone else.
That's okay. I understand.
Yeah.
I assume it would take an action to get up, and not like the piddly little 10 feet of.
We'll call it your movement. Yeah, we'll call it the 10 feet of movement for now. Well,
All right.
I think we meant to look this up last time, and I didn't. So.
So yeah, I'll just spend that little piddly 10 feet getting up, and then I'll just fire. I'm gonna shoot.
All right, you're gonna take a shot at it. Go ahead and do so. Make your speed attack roll.
Oh, actually, I won't. Yeah, I'll spend. I'll spend.
All right.
Why not, right? Nothing could go wrong by using all my points.
Just that. Okay, that first. Okay. That does not lean. It hits one of the. It hits like the pincer, and it just kind of bounces off of it effectively.
There's probably like like during the like cocking of the rifle, it's like there's like a little pause in between each part, and just like my face is like going down, like oh shit.
Yeah. All right, Lapis.
So I kind of imagine when Lapis dropped the sword, she was like, "Oh shit," kind of like looking to grasp it and then be like, "Shit, I don't have time." And so she's just gonna raise a hand and let off a beam energy and hope that does.
Yeah, you're probably about short range from it. Coda was just super fast, so he's fast to get.
Oh, and that was intended with effort.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you have a major effect. Is there anything you want to do with the major effect? You can so you have a choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can actually choose to just do the +4 damage, or you can choose to do something else with it.
No, I'll take the extra damage.
All right. Yeah. So what's it look like? I mean, we've had this described just before, but give us a refresher on Lapis.
I think in kind of a double-edged sword kind of way. she's kind of panicking, so this light is even brighter and it's a much bigger beam than before, and it's completely accidental. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. And so yeah, it's just kind of chaotic.
Oh, yeah, so like your normal one, like the width of the beam's like the size of your hand. But maybe this one you're holding both
Yeah.
your hands out, and we get this much bigger blast as it shoots by, illuminating this entire cavern as if it was illuminated by daylight for a second. Slams into this thing. Yeah, I like that. Oh, that is a mighty blow against it, but it is still struggling. As the combat continues. Alright, Coda. You are face to face with this thing now. It is hissing at you. There's little specks of its spittle in your face.
I'm just gonna kind of lunge out with the fire stick
Yeah,
and see if I can just
yeah.
shove it in its eye or face or something.
Alright. Let's see how it goes. Alright, you're able to hit. Yeah, you knock into the side of its head. It skitters back just a tiny bit before regaining focus. And it's going to strike out at you with its pincer. So, ooh, that is not enough. So you feel it grasp you with the pincer. You're going to go ahead and take 3 points of might damage.
Okay.
And then you're restrained by this, so you won't be able to move unless you try to break free. You can't attack because your arms are collapsed to your side. And you'll take a penalty to speed defense roll.
Yeah. Can it attack other people easy?
So you're in one of its giant pincers, so it definitely can grasp
Oh.
another person with their other one if it wants to.
Yeah.
All right, Reese.
Um,
Coda clasped up by this pincer.
yeah. So I'm less worried about the pincer, more worried about the scorpion tail, and if it hits him and attacks him with that next turn. So I'm gonna do another physical onslaught, and I'm gonna pop it at the tail again and try to get it off.
Yeah.
See if that scares it off.
Sure.
Ooh.
That time, your feathers fly wide, not connecting with the foe at all.
Shoot.
Step a little closer, or are you keeping your distance?
I'm gonna keep my distance here, and I'm gonna call that good.
All right, Oscar.
I'm gonna keep shooting at it and slowly moving away.
Okay, you're stepping back and taking a shot at it. I mean, you can't step too far back because you have to stay with short range, right? So, or does your rifle do long?
I think the rifle is long range. I have it marked as long range, but we all know how good I am with
Reading
my
the book.
weapon rules, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll fire and then step back 10 feet.
Sure.
I'm gonna use effort again. Spend all my points.
Another ineffective shot.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay. An even more ineffective shot.
I'm not gonna spend any more.
You're being cautious with your shots. That's what happened. It's got Coda in its grasp now, kind of flinging him around. You don't want to hit him. That's totally why you missed.
Which of these eyes am I supposed to shoot at? Too many.
All right, Lapis, it's come back around to you.
Yeah. So she's gonna use Quick Throw's turn to just let out 2 daggers. I imagine they're on like a sheath on probably like her
Yeah,
her
yeah,
thigh,
they're on like a
and she can just
bandolier or
quickly.
something. The thing is,
Yeah.
I think it's fine. It has a cost, sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll take it. That's fine. I'll...
Well, I'm just saying, like, it says after throwing a light weapon, you draw another light weapon, so I think you still have to draw the first one, mechanically speaking.
Oh.
But,
Mhm.
I think you can probably, like, if you're trained to do the one, to me it kind of makes sense that you're trained to just pull out both and throw them quickly. So, go for it.
Cool. So this is the first one. Oh,
Nice.
and then
Nice.
this is the second.
Alright, so did you just want to apply the extra damage, or do you have another thing in mind for the major effect?
Oh, could I, for the major effect, aim for the whatever leg is holding Coda, and so maybe is it enough damage to make it drop Coda perhaps on its turn?
Sure, yeah, you want to aim for the pincer that's holding Coda.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do that, and it lands like in between the shells and kind of reaches out and reflectively releases Coda. You kind of land on your ass as it does so, Coda. Um,
Thank you.
Another one hits it squarely, like you know you hit, but it just chings off the chitinous armor. It seems to not do any damage.
Mm.
All right, Coda.
All right. Time to run away. Let's start running back.
Alright, so you can move a short distance, you can move up to the group, or if you want to run further, you can make that roll again. Ah, I
Yeah.
see you have taken the run further option.
I see I have been, closing its big meaty claws, and I don't really like it.
Yeah, so as you run off, this thing's no longer illuminated. You can only see the glowing red eyes. This could have just runs past you guys with your light source away from it.
Like, sorry guys, I looked at it long enough. Yeah. I'm gonna go back here.
Alright. So, Reese, you hear it skitter up to you. I need you to make a speed defense roll. You are at a penalty, so you're taking an inability to this. Because you can't
So
see where the strike
yeah,
is coming from.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
intellect for you because you popped your ability. Yes.
yeah, my ability. I just want to make sure that
Yep.
the ability was in effect. So I will do my intelligence. See if that works.
Yep.
Ooh, am I gonna re-roll this? Am I gonna re-roll this? Is he attacking me with his claws or his
You
tail?
cannot see.
Okay.
No, I messed up.
Okay. Am I gonna take it? Am I gonna take it? You know what? XP. I'm fine with spending another XP. I'm gonna go with that and just pray to God it works another time.
All
All
right.
right, another roll. 15.
Much better. Yeah, even in the darkness, you're able to step out of the way of it as this claw kind of whooshes by you. Closer than you'd like, but not connecting, so further enough enough away.
Yikes.
All right, it is now your turn, Reese.
Okay. Um, I gotta go again with another physical onslaught, and I'm going for the tail again, trying
So
to cut off the
you
tail.
can't see the tail.
Oh, I can't
Dang
see
it.
anything, can I?
Yeah. I mean,
See.
you have a general idea where it is, right? How this mechanically is going to work is you're going to take an inability to your attack against it because it's completely obscured in darkness and it seems to be at a benefit based off of its coloring because of that. So
When I use my hedge magic, it allows me to perform small tricks like changing color or basic appearance of small objects or causing them to float or do whatever. Can I do that to create a light right in front of me?
it doesn't seem looks like you can effectively spend your action to get your lantern out and turn it on. I'd allow that.
Um, do that or
I guess your dream craft stuff. I think you could also probably create a light with. I suppose.
yeah. Yeah, let me go ahead and do Dreamcraft instead. And what I want to do is just kind of make a very spectral, bright appearance of let's say, a carrion bird of some sort, and just make it big, bright, and menacing. See if it's, but also make it so it has light. Have
Yes.
that kind of.
So is it like carrying a lantern or something?
Yeah, yeah. Why the hell not? It's carrying a big old lantern.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I think you definitely can do. And this kind of light shines down where you are as this bird appears above you, looking big and menacing. The thing seems to pay no heed to it, but at the very least you can see. Oscar, this thing is now a little too close for you for comfort.
Hmm.
At least I assume based off of your actions.
So he made like a big bird?
Yeah, he made a bird kind of flying above head, but it in its claws it has a lantern illuminating. You can see it.
Oh, okay. I missed the lantern part. I'm like, light, huh? Uh I can see, huh?
Yes, that's the important bit.
It's just the one thing. Hmm.
Just the one thing. It has been crit twice by Julia. Apparently she's
Oh yeah, can I
monster tonight.
tell? Can I tell if it's badly injured?
You can make a perception check if you want. But that'd probably be your action, I guess.
Hmm.
You would be able to
I'll just shoot
communicate,
at
though.
it.
Okay, you're gonna shoot that. I mean, I'd let you communicate whatever you learn, but...
Fuck.
Dang.
I continue moving backwards 10 feet. Boy, there have been some fights where, never mind. Continue.
Alright, Oscar, you guys are starting to wonder why you bring Oscar along.
Hey now.
Look, the dice are deciding the story, not me. Alright, Lapis. At this point, this thing's close enough that you could probably start meleeing it.
Except I don't have my sword in hand.
You do not.
Yeah, she was gonna take the turn to pick up her sword, but nothing productive has been done recently. So I guess she will let off another beam of energy. Yeah, because really, guys. Oh, she's gonna re-roll that. Yep.
That's just bad.
And yeah, no, wow. I blame the rest of you guys.
I'm the reason why you're not taking a penalty right now.
Yeah, so
you were taking a penalty.
So yeah, Lapis, maybe you're a little drained, maybe your power's not working as well, maybe you hit to recharge. You're not entirely sure. But there's a weak sort of blast that kind of harmlessly spreads across this shell. Alright. Coda, you have run it away.
Knowing the dangers of those claws, I am going to take some time to pull out my gun
Okay.
and start aiming.
Alright. So we see you whip around with the gun out, take an aim.
Mm-hmm.
Is like gun Coda different than hit things with a stick Coda?
Oh, his eyes just bubble up, in the kind of way that we've described earlier. And he's focused.
Alright, there's a determined look on your face. I like it.
The glint in his eye, swagger in his step.
Yeah.
And a big heart on his hip.
Alright, Reese. So you pulled this illumination. Your colleagues effectively did nothing. And now you're facing down this giant scorpion tail going right for your chest. Go ahead and give me that speed defense roll. You're not at a penalty. Intellect, because of your ability.
I can do either or.
Yeah. And you're not at a penalty. anymore.
Oh dear God, help me out. 16.
Nice. Yeah. You step aside again as this thing barrows into the ground, and now you hear the sizzling, smell the acrid scent of acids and bases meeting as ground sizzles a bit at the point of impact.
Do I get any major or minor effects?
No, you have to get a 19 for a minor and a 20 for a major.
Oh damn. All right. Well, thank God I didn't get my ass whooped.
Yeah, it is your turn now.
All right. Can't really depend on anyone to really do anything at the moment, so I'm going in for another physical onslaught. Going again for the tail.
All right.
Oh my God.
Mm.
Do I spend an XP?
That is the question.
I've already spent one the session.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just let it ride and see what happens.
All right. So yeah, you send out the feathers, and maybe now that it's like right up front, it's hard for you to figure out how to reorientate yourself because before you were shooting it at a distance, and they just sort of fly off, missing the thing entirely. All right, Oscar.
I shoot gun. Me do gun shoot. Yay, me gun shoot
Finally.
good.
Finally, she says. All right. Yeah, you get a shot slammed solidly into the side of this thing. Blood pouring out of the wound. It is still, however, up and moving. All right, Lapis. Oh, you gotta. Okay. All right, Lapis.
She'll take her turn to just pick up the sword.
All right. So you grab the sword and enter the melee.
Yep.
All right, Coda.
All right.
Can Coda do something?
I don't know. With his index finger on the trigger, sweat rolling down his brow. Maybe from the cold, maybe from the heat, maybe from anticipation. We don't know. He pulls the trigger.
All right. So you're gonna make a speed attack roll.
Boom.
All right. A 14 hits. However, I believe it's a light weapon that you took. Oh no, you took a 4 damage one.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. With that, you get a shot right between the eyes, all 8 of them, right in the center of them, and it collapses to the ground.
I twirl my gun around my finger, blow out the smoke, look at Oscar, give him a wink, and kind of grimace to myself because I just got hurt really bad.
Yeah, we can have a shooting contest later. Let's keep getting the heck out of here.
All right. Before you guys leave, do you want to try to absorb the stuffs?
Oh, thank God it's dead. Oh, I wouldn't mind trying to absorb the stuff.
Oh, how long does that take again?
Not very long.
Be
Few
faster
minutes.
than than butchering the body.
Yeah, definitely faster than butchering the.
I guess I'll stand watch if somebody's doing that. Otherwise,
I'll go for it if that's all right with everyone.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
All right.
you're able to get 4 units filling it up.
While that's sorry.
No, go ahead.
While that's happening, I just want to recover my 2 knives.
Yeah. Yep, you can find them. It takes a little bit. Coda's help. Stuff up for you. Or you have your own flashlight too. Pick up off the ground.
Well, I'll probably get Coda to help me anyways. Put the guy into use.
Yeah. You sure you don't want to get Oscar to help you?
Nope.
Alright. So, You absorb the energy over a short period of time, about 5-ish minutes, be a little less. And Lapis recovers her knives. And you guys start making your way, continuing your way out of the ass.
Yep, to the horses.
I'm running.
Okay, you return to the running.
Yes.
Okay. What's everyone else? Dakota starts, I imagine jogging and being like, let's get out of here quickly. What's everyone else's towards that?
Yep, getting out quick.
Alright, Reese is on plan run. Lapis, Oscar.
Yeah, I mean, if they do that, I'm just gonna. All right, just follow.
Yeah, Lapis kind of has the same reaction. Begrudgingly, she'll jog.
Alright. Alright. So you guys all start making your way out. And you make it to the entrance of the ravine where the horses are waiting. They seem spooked as you guys approach them, but Clarissa is able to calm them down. And she says, "Alright, okay. Well, we better make our way back to town."
That sounds like a plan to me.
She'll nod. And you guys will start making your way back into the town. At this point, I think it's a good place to take our midstream break.
Okay.
All right, so
All right.
we'll be back in about 10 minutes, everybody, and we'll see you then. All right, we're back. Yeah, we're back. We're back to continue this misadventure as we find out what these people do to make my life miserable.
I think your
I
life's
should
been
sound
enriched.
sweaty.
Some way.
Sweaty. Oh well.
All right, so yeah, you guys make it back to town. Clarissa, you guys have. I don't think you have another night paid for at the inn, the Hoot and Holler, but you guys certainly can go there if you want. Clarissa offers to let you guys crash at her place. She doesn't have beds for you all, but she'll let you sleep on the floor if you guys want.
Ah, ah. There's nothing like getting in touch with the ground, guys.
I'll make an offer to provide her and her daughter with whatever sleeping potions I have left, because it's probably a traumatic event for the daughter having been kidnapped. So
Yeah,
I
Clarissa.
can't fix the I can't necessarily fix the cause, but I can help with the symptom.
Yeah, Clarissa would definitely let you make something for her daughter. She doesn't think she needs anything, or she'll decline anything, but she wouldn't mind her daughter getting a good. So if you want to mix something up, you wouldn't mind if Annabelle did.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and do that, and then also offer to sew the eye back onto the stuffed rabbit.
Yeah, sure. So why don't you go ahead and make a roll? It's an intellect roll, and you have an asset. And I think we said that you bought like the healer's kit or whatever it's called, and we
Yeah,
said
my
that yours is also like an herbalism sort of stuff, so you can type of stuff.
yeah. So do an intellect
So
roll for the.
yeah, yeah. I think this is maybe our first time seeing you pull it out. Do you want to describe it a little bit, or what this process looks like for you?
Yeah, so you see him pull out what looks like to be a rustic dark brown leather medical bag. It's got a lot of like scrapes and scratches and some dings into it. So like you can see parts of the leather has faded away to just like the skin or the remaining bits of it. Um, and the hinges on the top are a little rusted over. It was kind of a more of a loner or what was left over, whatever he could get out of that, and just you see him pull out like small trays with little tubes, little test tubes in them on like a wooden rack. Some of them filled with various viscous liquids. Others more what you would imagine seemed carbonated, but oddly carbonated, might be acidic. Um, and just like a few other things, like maybe some like rose petals and this, that, and the other, like small little things that he's slowly, like getting some herbs, working them within a mortar, and has like a small vial that he places over like a little like makeshift Bunsen burner that he's using to heat up the liquid, and going about the process of creating the little potion.
All right. So you'll make an intellect roll. You have a skill, so you'll want to roll the skill. You
Yep.
want to spend effort though; it'll come out of your intellect pool.
Let's see here. If I remember correctly, it is my oneromancy
Yeah.
trained.
Nice. Yeah. So you're able to mix something up. It's pretty good. Seeing this
Some good shit.
will work well, yeah, and not cause any
Yeah.
permanent harm.
It's like a melatonin times 5.
Temporary harm only.
Yeah. Okay, and
She'll be a little groggy when she wakes up, but it'll help.
yeah, and Clarissa thinks gets Annabelle to drink, takes her to her, and she'll bring back the stuffed bunny for you to back onto.
Yep. So I'll begin the process, and then if I can, like use my my hedge magic as well, it
Yeah,
allows me
you
to
can just
clean
use your
small
hedge
areas.
magic to fix.
Yeah, but I want to use it to fix it and also clean it up a little bit, kind of freshen it up, make it a little bit more durable, a little bit more, uh, just make it real nice looking.
Yeah. What's everyone else doing? Reese is kind of taking some time doing.
Hmm.
Um,
Uh,
yo,
are
you
we?
go.
Okay. Are we outside, kind of? Are we all fairly inside? Is there like a
There's a
outdoor?
porch. There's a
Okay.
porch to the house. It's
I'm,
probably not a deck, but there is a front porch.
alright, I'm just gonna like pull out my telescope and look into the darkness.
Okay, you're keeping watch for a little while.
Well, I'm well, sure if I see something, but I'm just kind of just looking at stuff at the moment.
Okay,
You know,
so you're
appeasing
being a
that
peeping Tom.
ADHD. No, just looking. There's no perversion.
Okay, why don't you if you want to, you can roll perception. I'll say there's probably not going to be much interesting that you find looking around.
That's fine because I don't. I think I blink a lot.
Yeah, it's dark. You can't see in the dark. You pointed at one person's house. They notice you. They pull the curtains fairly quickly.
Every time.
All right, what is Lapis doing?
Lapis has just taken over a corner of like, I guess like the living room or whatever room we're gonna sleep in. She pulled out her crochet equipment. She, let's see, what is she's making a scarf for Oscar, and you take a look at your character. What colors would actually be? Um, do 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 do. Well, she'll probably just go with gray. She doesn't have a lot, so you're
right.
gonna get a gray scarf.
All right, you're gonna be working on the scarf. Go ahead and
Yep.
roll. So this is a good time to actually talk about other uses of temporary or not temporary, other non-advancement uses of XP. Um, I know that like in your backstory, she probably is already been practicing this and is already kind of good at it. So if you want to spend, I think 2 XP to be trained in knitting.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh yeah, you can do other things with XP besides reroll.
Yeah,
Oh.
and I think the idea is that you get to spend this XP when you're spending narrative time building up these skills, and it was a backstory trait. Just Julia didn't have the XP to spend back then, so
Yep.
and since it's so
Uh,
incredibly specialized and not super combat oriented, I'm more than happy to let you just spend 2 XP to have us to trained in knitting.
I would love to be trained in knitting. Is that what skill are we calling that?
Knitting, just knitting.
Intellect?
Oh yeah, intellect. It'll be an intellect skill. It could also be a
Cool.
speed skill, I guess. I'd allow for either because it's either about like the dexterity and moving around in it, or it's about the plan.
I will do speed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you're not in your
Yeah.
armor, it's not horrendous for you to spend from that pool.
Yeah, and I mean it's more I think like muscle memory. That's how I personally out of character crochet too. I don't count and shit. I'm just like this feels right.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Which is again why I said both of those are aspects of it. It's really both. If it's both, it's either
yeah.
system. So yeah, yeah, you can totally make a roll for that to see if you make good progress on that. I can't. I'm gonna defer to your knowledge on how long that would take. You could do that in a night, or if you've been working on this too, that's also an option that I would definitely allow.
Okay, so I'll say that she's like a third of the way through a scarf right now and doesn't make much progress. It gets a little she gets like an inch more and that's kind of it.
Yeah, you probably get to like one point and realize you messed up something, so you have to undo a bunch. And
Mhm. Mhm.
all right, what about Oscar?
So I actually am gonna go to Clarissa and be like, You have anything to drink here? I could really use something. I'll pay you for it.
And she'll say, no, 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 you don't have to. You don't have to pay me for it. Not with what you guys did for me. Uh, I think I have some whiskey. I think my husband had some stashed away somewhere before he ran off, and move around and pull out a bottle. It's probably got not much left in it. About a fourth of it's left. Put it down, and she'll pull out a glass, and she'll call out to the rest of you. Any of you want some? I don't really touch this stuff much myself.
By chance, would you happen to have maybe scotch or just a small bottle of wine?
She gives
Maybe
you
some.
this look like, uh, no, I just have this on hand. Sorry.
Oh no, it's understandable. And I'm gonna
It
return
all
back to my work of trying to clean up the little
it
stuffed
all,
rabbit.
it all does the same thing, Reese.
If you're focused on getting to a point, yes, but sometimes it's more about how you get to it.
I'll just shrug and down the glass.
Yeah. And she'll offer up to Lapis and Coda's.
Lapis will take a glass. Why not?
Yeah.
And Coda, I will take a glass.
Yeah. Yeah. She'll give you guys each one. And she kind of sits down. Yeah, she absentmindedly pours herself one and drinks from it too. And makes like that face of someone who doesn't drink alcohol very much when they drink something way stronger than they should be.
Yeah.
And sets it down. She goes, I think I'm gonna get out of here. I don't think I have much choice for my daughter. Even though we got her back, people behind those thugs sounded like they weren't doing this. And I was well aware of that, but
Are you gonna go follow your husband?
I don't know where that piece of shit went off to. I don't really want to. Nothing but a lousy drunk. But I don't know. Maybe if we're lucky, we can get citizenship in Moose Mill. That city's supposed to be a pretty safe place, and maybe I could join the highwaymen. And then she like thinks about that, but maybe a bigger city, one with a station at the very least. And you guys are aware when she says station, she's referring to a train station. A lot of them are bigger settlements around the train stations, since it's a lot easier to transport supplies to them. It's a lot easier for them to build up. So those seem to be bigger. There tends to be more highwayman involvement in those. So they're a little bit safer, air quotes, places. At the very least, it's not nearly as lawless as it is out here. And this sort of thing maybe wouldn't just been overlooked because there's one sheriff trying to keep the peace. So I kind of amused about that. I I know you caused the problem, but you also got me out of it, so I am thankful for that. And I have a little bit of money stashed away, cash. I can give you guys that.
Gotta need it for moving away. It seems a little heartless to take it.
I
I mean,
mean,
I'm all for extorting the mayor because we, saved the town, but like the sheriff, not so much.
I
okay.
mean, if you mention that, she'll be like, "I'll go. I can go and let him know that you guys solved the problem. I'll corroborate whatever story."
Perfect.
That's good enough.
He'll sort of nod. Uh,
Yeah.
I appreciate it. And like I said, you're welcome to sleep here tonight. Not much, but at least it's free.
Oh, we should check and see Harold and Chris since they're not paid through.
Oh wow, yeah. Those guys.
Was I the only one who remembered them? Yeah, well, Harold's got money. He can afford another night for them.
Well, he did say that it was his intention to take care of it. So, well, at least like authority made the decision, but like he stayed behind it. Keep an eye out. So. I suppose after I'm done cleaning up the stuffed rabbit and providing the melatonin for her daughter,
Yeah.
I'll just kind of nod my head and kind of bow, and just mention my respect, and then just go about over to the tavern to check in on both Harold and Chris and how things are going over there.
Yeah, Harold's sort of. I don't want to do too much with his character while he's there, but
Yeah.
he's just sort of been keeping watch. And Chris will see you. Uh, and do you look roughed up at all?
So I didn't take any damage. So I took a little bit of damage from the fight earlier on. So I mean, I don't know. I might have like a pretty bad scrape on an arm, but like that's about it.
All right, so she'll look over you. Oh, are you hurt?
It's nothing. Just a pretty mild scrape.
Oh, uh, you guys were kind of gone for a while. I was honestly getting a little anxious. Oh, what's going on?
Uh, it's just some convoluted things. It would appear uh that unfortunately, whomever was researching or doing God knows what while you were in that crystal, apparently they had hired some individuals to ensure that no one would go investigating. Sadly, that meant kidnapping a small child. So we
Oh,
made amends to recover the child, and she's now safe and sleeping well in her own home. So that's very good.
Chris will nod. She'll look a little relieved that nothing happened, at least from your telling. In this passing. Okay, that's good. Did you find anything useful out?
Um, let's see. Uh, I mean, all I still have left is like the food. So I'll be like, I brought back some more food. Mana sight's a little bit better now, so that's good. I'm close to having a full one. Um, I still have like my camping kit, my lantern, and some potions for like the alchemy stuff. My character sheet still shows that I have the dresses, so I'll just bring those up and be like, hey, still have these.
Yeah, she'll look at them, kind of look at, and I guess she's dressed differently now. So this is after Harold helped her procure some clothes that are more fit for her. Uh, so what she's wearing, she has is kind of in stark opposition to how she looks. So she's like this very innocent, very delicate looking person, but she's wearing overalls, like these tan overalls. She has like a simple white shirt on, and it uh it's got these short sleeves, and she's got like a little bandana on over her hair, and she's like, okay, well, that's good. Harold took me shopping, so I'm not wearing anything as complex as that anymore. Thank
Mm.
goodness.
Oh, I'm not aware if anyone else should want. I should speak to Lapis about the dresses, but I'll just keep these on hand for a little while longer. Should any of them pique your fancy in the meantime, let me know.
Uh, they're they're very pretty, but I I can't imagine traveling going to go well if I'm.
Oh well, I mean, you need not travel in them. It just may keep one for a special occasion. or simply just because you like the look of it. There's nothing quite wrong with that. But hey, regardless, the offer is open and on the table. For the meantime, at worst case, we will see how that will go about. But I am going to go ahead and probably turn in for the evening. If you are in need of any restoratives or this, that, the other, I'm just kind of mentioning some like off-branded, like weird, sleepy shit that I can
Yeah,
provide.
she's like, no, it's alright. I've been able to sleep fine. Are we staying here again tonight, or?
So there's an option. We will be moving, I imagine, later in the day tomorrow. But in the meantime, we do have some accommodations, meager accommodations, over with the sheriff, or more preferably, if you like a bed recommendation, we can cover for another night's stay for you there, here.
Uh, she's like, I don't, it's fine. I don't think it'll be a problem if we go to these other accommodations. I, uh, I don't know. I feel bad taking your money.
Oh no, no, no,
No, no, no. It's really all right. I kind
no,
of
no, no. I insist. This is an unfortunate situation.
kind of shakes her head and goes, no, I honestly, with you guys gone all day, for some reason I was really anxious. I don't know if I like being far away from you.
Oh, uh, uh, I suppose that will be remedied here shortly. While when we leave, I suppose if you do intend on coming with us, no obligation, but perhaps recommended considering the and I'll just kind of mention like go back to where we all had like that scrape on our hand or on our knee that happened. Just be like like physically mentioning that like it might be best to maybe stay together until things are
I,
further understood.
you guys did help me, and I don't know if what you did is my fault. I feel obligated to help you figure it out. So I
Well
think,
then,
yeah, I think at this point she'll travel. We can sort of fast forward a little, get her at least back to the rest of you guys. Harold will come as well, uh, for sake of brevity and bookkeeping. But he will be in deep meditation entirety of the time. And I guess Clarissa will go to sleep at some point, and you guys will be left around the kitchen table, uh, trying to Oscar probably hogging most of what's left of the whiskey,
That seems right.
Probably.
and sitting around this table, and Chris will be like, "Well, I guess I'm not really sure, but you guys being far away from me, it made me I don't uncomfortable in a way. It's hard to describe. I'm still kind of trying to get an understanding of what exactly is going on. Nothing here is familiar, yet I seem to know it. An odd sensation, to say the least. Um, I guess if you guys are willing to, and she'll look at all of you, I would like to travel with you for the time being. Couldn't help but notice that when I got injured, you guys got injured. I think that could be bad. Uh, I don't at least give you the opportunity to do something about
Let's
Well,
roll
yeah,
it.
I kind of assumed we already were going to drag you along given that situation.
Oh, I
So,
was just really confused. Reese was very adamant that it had to be my.
because
just like,
and I'm just gonna like not gonna just like no one's gonna say shit. It's like well because frankly it is, and we're very happy to have you along. We do think that this is the one of the better outcomes of the situation. But regardless, we will go about trying to understand this further. Just kind of like giving like everyone like the eye like don't start shit.
sure, what he said.
Mhm.
Yeah, she'll be like, it's. No, I was explaining to him earlier. If you guys are like this because of me, then it's the least I can do, honestly. What kind of person would I be? If I even am a person. If I didn't help you out.
Hang on. Could you that last bit maybe elaborate? What do you mean? If I am a person?
Oh, I was thinking about it, and I don't really know, or honestly, what I am. I have a familiarity with this place, but it's almost like I know it all from a storybook. No, heard of it and you've read about it. You never experienced it yourself.
Not with just living. No, I don't know that sensation. So you still think she was somebody trapped? You still think that?
Well, regardless what the case is, clearly evident that she is an individual and is deserving of respect and all the natural liberties one is gifted. And I will not be a part of anything to self deprecate that. That means you, regardless of what is going on, understand that you still have a level of control and kind of go off about like that.
Maybe she's a
Do the
simulacrum.
Reese thing.
I think he's talking in circles so much. I really can't even tell what he's trying to say anymore. I'm starting to lose it. I mean, she's a person. People have their own thoughts. That's pretty obvious. Their own actions. No one's telling her she doesn't.
Perhaps, Chris, you are disillusioned by the fact that you don't have any other memories. And one day you will feel whole again.
No, ma'am.
She'll nod to that and say, maybe there's something we can do to help me. I I can feel something in the back of my mind there, but it's not reachable.
Like a memory?
And she'll strain her face a little, trying to about it. Memory, a purpose, maybe. I don't know. It's very hard to describe.
Mm. You're weird. Like me. I like it.
Everyone around here is weird but me, it seems.
I mean, Lapis
I
seems
don't know.
believable.
You being unable to shoot stuff was kind of weird.
You know what I mean by weird. And I take that personally. It was
Well,
fucking dark. Alright.
I mean, if you like, we can try to find some aids. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of help here and there.
Did you say AIDS?
Yeah, like seeing aids,
Oh,
sight
like
aids.
what?
Oh, God. Jeez.
No, I want to give you a disease. Yes, that is my intention.
I was confused for a second there.
That's fine. We've all been there.
I've been fine without them. I don't need anything like that.
You say?
I think there are these things called glasses. They can help with eyesight problems.
Sounds pretty far fetched to me.
So badly want to make a reference that makes absolutely. But here we are. So I'll make it after the show. In the show. So yeah. So Chris will look over. He's like, "Well, I guess she'll say, I guess the question is, what's the plan from here? You guys are Venators, right? Go
Yeah.
around and hunt monsters? Are we just going to travel places and take jobs, or hope we eventually run into something?" You guys have a lead?
Nope. We're just wandering around, getting paid, looking at stuff, making money. I guess that means getting paid. Yeah.
Well, don't we kind of have a lead? I mean, like the guys that hired the sheriff to, kidnap the daughter and blah blah blah.
We're looking
They
for a
know
circle with a
something.
line through it, maybe, but other than that. Well, they did say there was a camp nearby. Camp of, you know, the lesser liked folk. At least nearby
Yeah.
to that cave. Somewhere.
Hmm.
Something.
My only point being, we don't have nothing per se.
All right, so why don't we move this above the table now? Since it seems to be stalled out a little bit. So,
Yeah.
so what are people's ideas for what you guys want to do? So functionally, we're going to be ending this chapter, so to speak, of the story, and the next one will start it in the middle, not in the middle, but at the beginning of the next one. We'll probably hand wave some traveling and stuff like that if you guys want to go somewhere, depending on where you want to go, as long as it's not difficult to get to where you're going. And additionally, I think we're going to reserve the last half hour or so of this, talk about your character advancements. You guys will be able to take some.
I wonder if is it the best thing to just like go wander. I don't know like the locations and like the setting, if there what other places we have as options, but we could go to Moose Mill. That's the city, right? Or is that
Moose Nil is a city. It is not super easy to just go to Moose Nil.
okay.
So the big thing about it is this big walled city, and the wall goes out like further than the city too. It's like an entire city-state area walled off. Monsters can't penetrate the wall, and inside the wall there are a bunch of farms that don't have to worry about fending off monsters all the time and all that type of stuff. And it seems to not produce monstrous effects to the animals raised there either. Um, they don't know. Like, there's some rumor that it has something to do with the walls made out of all that other stuff. That's all kind of hearsay and stuff like that. But because of that, travel into Moose Nil is incredibly restricted. Citizenship isn't given very often. And you basically would need to apply for an application, and most people get that application denied a bunch of times. So, if you guys wanted to go to Moose Nil, that's definitely a possibility, and that would be the best place to go that's nearby to do any sort of research. There's an incredibly prolific academy there that supposedly has a bunch of research on magic and stuff like that. So that is there if you guys wanted to try to get there, but the process of getting there would likely involve doing a significant deed for someone with significant pull. But it's not impossible. It's just probably a multi-step process.
Gosh, I have no clear direction as of this point of time.
Sure.
Excuse me, at this point in time, and so I don't know what everybody else is feeling. So
Yeah,
I'll
well,
probably
that's
stop
the
talking. But
right.
so
Yeah. So Brandon, that's what Brandon's. What's everyone else feeling?
I mean, the idea of going to Musnil sounds like it's difficult to get into, but if there's another nearby town that may have a minor or at least better resources for researching the papers that we have on Chris, I would make that recommendation. I'd also recommend looking at the outskirts and seeing there's other work to do to get a little bit more funds to boost our ventures, or also take a look into the camp that what's his face had mentioned
Yeah.
with the more, I guess, undesirables that may have to do with the kidnapping, and that might also lead to more information.
Yeah, well, why don't I guess if Reese kind of is like, is there another place we could do some research and see if we can find out anything about the papers? With that, anyone can give me an intellect roll. Are any of you guys from Moose Mill?
Ooh,
Nope.
I haven't
Mm.
thought about it because I don't know where.
I know that
Um,
Oscar isn't. The only one I know
Right.
for sure isn't. I think Lapis isn't either, if I'm
She
remembering
isn't.
right.
She knows someone in the institute, but she's not from.
Yes. Right. I guess the only one I don't know would be Reed.
No, has no necessary
Yeah.
connections to Moose Snail.
And I want to say, Coda, we talked about you not being from Mill.
we did. We didn't set any
Yeah, we
though,
didn't solidify that,
so
but
it can go either way, and we can work the world around it. But I think the idea was like a smaller city, wherever or town.
well, you're not from Moose Mill City, regardless. Like Moose
Yeah,
Mill's still the area. Like it's the city as well as the surrounding territories that kind of
understood.
pay taxes to the
Gotcha.
city.
Okay.
So you could be from Moose. It's like a New York situation, right? New York.
Yeah.
You can be from New York, but not from New York City.
Yep. I gotcha.
So it is possible if you think you are. Given your backstory, it wouldn't make much sense for you proper though.
No, unfortunately.
So if you were from this territory, I'd give you an asset on this roll because you're recalling information about this territory.
Man.
All right. Coda, as Reese sort of proposes this idea, you know that there's a branch of the institute that's near like a magic dense zone that does research there that isn't in Moose Mill proper that you guys could go to. So that is an
I
option.
I know I'm vibing with it. I don't know what everyone else's thoughts are.
Yeah, I haven't heard much from James or Tia.
Oscar's down to just go fuck with a bandit camp, but that's Oscar. James doesn't really care what we do. I'll have fun no matter what.
Yeah, and it is important to say I'm also like up for you guys just to be like, well, let's just take more jobs if that's something you guys want to do too. You guys can just effectively mark down the right now. I'm gonna go ahead and just let you guys mark down the 300 cash that you guys got from completing this job
As a whole or per
Sweet.
person?
as a whole.
Okay, so we got to divvy up between 5.
Yep.
Oh, that was this kind of leads me to one of my questions is how much autonomy are we giving Chris? Like, how much is she an NPC character? Like, should we be giving her money to a certain extent or like hand waving it or
Um, if you guys want to give her money so she can just pay for stuff herself, we can just sort of set up an allowance system.
We all give her $10 every month.
I mean, that's a little light to live off of. You'd probably want to give her around $100 every month. That's often the. But we can do it like that instead of making a bunch of weird bookkeeping decisions. That would be my preference on doing it, but I'm open to suggestions.
I mean, the reason why I brought it up was that wasn't the money I got from Reese like a bag of 500 cash, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So I was kind of like how do I split Harold stuff? Do I give him 100? Do I give him 50 and give Chris 50?
That's
So
up
I
to
kind of
you
think it's
guys
nice if
decide in character or out of character. Honestly, I think it's better to decide
oh
out of character personally. I'm not gonna.
oh yeah, we can decide now. But that's kind of why I was like If we can't split 500 cash 6 ways. That was my point.
Yeah, I mean, again, personally, the way I would advise it is we just say like she essentially has an upkeep cost that you guys are paying,
I say that's
to
fair.
just to make it easier bookkeeping. Uh, she can't effectively, well, at least as far as you know, right now, she can't effectively help you with your jobs, but you also kind of left her in the rooms. I don't know. Might be different if you take her.
All right. What if we just, for the meantime, we look into those bandits? That seems like kind of like a more immediate thing that we could do, and it gives us a little bit more time to decide if we're gonna go after, try to find our way into Moosenhill and uh, do all that. That way, Oscar can shoot some stuff. Reese can get to know Chris better. I guess Lapis can lapis things.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff.
Or what about you, Julia? Where do you want to see the story go next? Is there...
I personally think we need to leave the town. I mean, I feel like Mickey kind of implied that there's things we could do here, but I kind of feel like we've exhausted it at the same time. I don't know. But I think we should wander, and then
Right.
while we wander, things will happen.
The bandit camp wouldn't be in town. It's probably a couple days journey from it, actually. You know the general
Hmm.
direction, so part of that starting would be you guys looking exactly where it is.
I'm fine with that.
Just to clarify a little bit on the understanding of what's happening with. Again, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to make what you guys do happen. So you guys don't have to go to anything. I mean, in all fairness, you can just try killing Chris and see what happens. It's the
Oh, good idea.
it's the beauty
Yeah.
of tabletop RPGs.
I pull up my revolt now.
So some of those things might have powerfully negative consequences, but
But
yeah. But ultimately, it's a collaborative story. So I'm not here to railroad you guys. I want to give you guys a little bit of freedom. So just and the truth of the matter is, no matter where you go, it's the right answer. I'll make it the right answer. That's my methodology in GMing. So you're not gonna miss out on something that will make it so you can't incomplete the quest, and you guys have to spend days traveling back here to go to the bandit camp to get the key that you need to unlock the hidden chest in uh 30 sessions.
I'm down for the bandit camp and then taking a look at the nearby station city and going for that.
Yeah, you guys would be aware of that city. It would have been where you guys came from to here. You would have taken a train to that place and then walked to Asna.
it's larger than this tiny little town, right?
Yeah, yeah. They
I'm
have a refiner there, so you could get your nanosite once it's powered up, turned into ciphers there. And yeah,
I'm down for that atmosphere. Potentially more people around, potentially quest hooks and things to kill that causing problems for people there. I don't know.
right. So how I'm imagining this going is, you'll tell me what you guys want to do. I'll prepare for that next time. I mean, if it's me, it's probably not prepare as much as I should, but I'll at least have it in my back of my head for next time. And we'll proceed with that. But uh, also, like, the option is always to just, we need to find a job. and I'll maybe like throw something in our Discord of like 3 job options, and you guys can pick one of those. You guys want to do that?
What do you guys think?
I personally like what Alex suggested, that we go to the bandits on the way to this town. So like perhaps we go there and then after bandits we do find a job.
Yeah.
We can like multitask while we're there, find a job as well as research stuff
Yeah.
on the crystal.
Motion or third that motion?
Sounds good.
All right. So it sounds like the plan for you guys to go to the bandit camp.
Yes.
Yep.
To find it.
Well, to find it first. Yeah. You guys have like a general direction and location. No concrete location. That is where narratively we will pick up next time. But I think we'll do some character advancement. Not really leveling up, I guess. but character advancements. So everybody gets 4 XP because we've concluded this arc now. So everyone can mark down 4 XP. And then I think I want to let you guys take up to 2 advancements for this first one.
Hey.
Oh, that's generous.
Well,
Maybe it's not. I don't know. I feel like it's generous.
Well, I mean, normally you can just take advancements as your XP, so
Oh.
yeah. But I don't like that because I really don't like the whole suddenly you can just do stuff thing that happens normally when you guys when you allow for players to just level up whenever. It's personally like my least favorite thing about most. And sometimes I last time I ran 5th edition D&D, I home rolled. I was like, you have to spend downtime to level up. Like you can do it when you have the XP. You have to spend downtime to do it. Because I just hate the fact that you're just like, oh yeah, I woke up today and now I know how to fight in a completely different way that I never knew how to fight before. So this is my way of getting rid of that inconsistency in my head. So you guys have technically 6 options. There are 4 ones that are typically taken, and then there are 2 optional ones. The 2 optional ones, you can only take one or the other of them each tier. So you'll tier up once you've taken 4 advancements, and when you take one of the optional ones, you basically, it's like the, what are they called? The types,
Oh.
the flavors. It's like the flavors, where if you choose one of the optional options for leveling up, you essentially cross it off one of the regular ones, and you can't take it that tier.
Is there a page on the book that we can turn to while we do this?
New book? Yeah. I mean, yes, there is a page in the book. I don't know what it is, though.
Page 240 has the section for character advancement.
All right. Thank you, Brandon, for knowing the things I don't. Mostly because you probably were already looking at it.
That's 100% the reason, yes.
Yeah. So you can increase your capabilities, which gives you 4 new points to add all your stat pools. Also, since we're kind of between stuff, you guys will basically go to full pools after this, even if you're not right now. We can consider this a an extra long rest. So you gain four new points to add to your stat pools. You can allocate them amongst them as you wish. Moving towards perfection, add 1 might edge. Add 1 to your might, speed, or intellect edge, your choice. And then extra effort. Your effort score increases by 1. That means you can start spending 2 effort on rolls. And then skills. You choose a skill other than attack or defense, such as climbing, jumping, persuading, blah, blah, blah. There's a bunch listed there, and you become trained in it. If you're already trained, you become expert. And then you have other options. So there are 4 other options. You can only choose one of these 4 other options, and you have to cross off them. So you can either reduce the cost for wearing armor for the speed cost by 1. You can add 2 to your recovery rolls. So whenever you make a recovery roll, you just flat add 2 more. You'll select another focus ability available to you, but you can't do this until you're tier 3. Or you select another character ability from your type, such as a tier 2 warrior selecting a relay crushing blow. So it must be from your tier. You can get another ability from your class, basically.
So theoretically, I could use one of those and then also stat pools, right?
Yep.
Okay, maybe I'll take Fleet of Foot.
It is pretty good.
I was thinking about changing it after we got to the next tier anyway, getting rid of some, but I might just get it now if I can do that. And then I can't do that same thing again for any tier, but it doesn't
No,
matter.
you can do it for a different tier, but you can't do it again this.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I can't just do it 4 times. Okay. Cool.
Well, you can't do any of the other options. So if you choose to select another character ability, you can't do any of these 4 options from the other option.
Gotcha.
So what's everyone? I want to.
Looking at.
Yeah, I think they added 2 options in revised edition.
Yep.
So I will say, it's. I would honestly say it's typically better to take moving towards perfection instead of increasing capabilities. Having more edge just reduces your cost for spending your stuff, so it effectively adds more to your pool than it would to add points to your pool. If you want to min max.
Right. So edge is used, so it makes it. Maybe could you explain edge to me?
Yeah, so when you have an edge in a stat, it reduces when you spend from that stat by your edge values. Your pool is about your raw capability. Your edge is about your talent in using that raw capability. So
God.
you don't necessarily have to have a ton of stamina to run far if you use proper running techniques, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. And so it's 3 effort or 3 for the pool to use an effort, but if you have an edge, it's only 2.
Yep. And if you have
Okay.
2 edge, which you can, because it increases it by 1, it's only 1.
But you can add it to all of your pools if you wanted to.
You
That's
can.
cool.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So, I would say I would probably advise to people who haven't played the system before to take moving towards perception over increasing capabilities first. Skills is very ambiguous on what constitutes as skills in this game. So we can talk about that if you guys want to figure out a skill your character would have if you want to take the skills one. Obviously, skills are very useful because they're essentially like having a free effort for certain tasks. So they're not bad. Extra effort is often undervalued, I feel like, and I feel like James and Julia should be able to speak to this, that being able to do those higher effort spends is actually very useful.
Yeah, you can start to almost guarantee that you can succeed on a roll, but not quite. Get your
Well,
score a lot higher.
yes, but I would argue that you should increase your edge and increase your pools before you do that,
Yeah.
because if you don't have the points to use for double effort, then you're kind of screwed. But it is powerful. I feel like
Yeah.
once you're past tier 1, then it's awesome.
Yeah, and I'm saying that more for consideration when you're considering which one to strike if you want to take one of the other options, because you have to basically say I'm not taking this tier now if you choose another option.
Mhm.
And while it's not an advancement, I'll have just a couple of extra points of XP. Could I use it for the skills or the thing you were talking about with Julia with her knitting, or is that too min maxy?
So the idea behind those ones are that you are using them you are using them. You're building up this stuff, and then you get to spend XP. So, short and medium terms benefits on page 239.
Boop.
That's kind of what happens. So, by spending 2 XP, a character can gain a skill or more rarely an ability that provides a short-term benefit. Let's say the character notices the computer terminals. So basically, it's kind of like
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I see. They're story based, and so it's how. Okay. All right. Understood.
Yep. So the idea is these are more narrative based.
Gotcha. So if something comes up in game where I'm just like, yeah, Coda's doing a lot of distracting, or something weird. Can you
Yeah.
become proficient in annoying people? Yeah. Okay. I get you.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And the idea is like you're narratively working towards this. There's also like a 3 XP spend that's about more definite stuff, like
Yeah.
getting a home or having a title or job or
You become
working towards getting a large amount of money.
Sir Coda.
Yeah. Well, there's a place where there are knights, but probably not going to knight you.
Are they
Ouch.
sexist?
They are incredibly sexist.
Is that where Lapis comes from? Spoiler. Oh, anyway.
I don't think Lapis has been very sexist.
No, but she's a knight in Coda's eyes.
Oh,
Yo.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Alec, what are you looking like? What are you considering?
I think I'll pick up a new skill and spend 4 XP for that. So that would bring me down to 7.
Okay. So what skill are you looking for?
I'm just pulling up the page now.
Oh,
See
are
where.
you doing ability? Are you talking about another ability from type?
No, skill. So like I know, I understand it's like persuasion or this, that, or the other. So I'm trying
Oh,
to
right.
think of what skill to get. I just don't know if there's a list of skills that I can look at, or if I can just make it up as I go.
Yeah, you kind of make it up.
Okay, and I just pick one.
If you want examples, in the original PDF on page 20, it has a short list, but it's really not very extensive.
Oh, there's one here at on 19 on the revised one. So I'll take a look at this.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But initiative is one of them. As a side note.
Perception is as well. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
And it would just make me trained in it. Is all.
Yes. Yep.
Let's
Or
see.
you can pick one you already have training in and become specialized. So that'll ease it by 2 steps instead of 1.
Wait, really? Huh.
Yeah, and you can also train out of inability.
Intimidation, jumping, leatherworking, persuasion, deceiving, disguise, escaping.
Okay, so you're looking at that. Julia, what are you looking at? What are you considering?
So I am boring. I am increasing my might edge and taking pools. So I'm increasing my might and speed pools.
Ah, you're a fighter. That's what you do.
Yep, gotta get those points, man.
I respect the drip, Karen. Cool.
All right, James. What about you? What are you looking at doing?
I increased my speed edge by 1, and I'm trying to decide what skill to choose.
You're taking your training, skill training, or
Probably.
whatever. Moving towards perfection, or no, that's the edge one.
I
Skills.
did take
It's just
that one,
called
though.
skills. Yeah, you did take that one. All right, and then Brandon.
Yeah, Fleet of Foot was on my initial list of skills for Coda, and I think just gauging from how I'm leaning to playing him and how I feel like running around is definitely a spaz type motion. I like it, and so I'm gonna probably take that one.
It is a very good
It is.
ability.
It allows for more. At least I feel like it'll help my how I do combat anyway.
Yeah.
In addition, I'll probably move toward perfection on my speed defense roll because if I'm running, or my speed edge, so because I do a lot of running, I do a lot of getting hit, I do a lot of getting picked up. It just kind of happens to me. I do a lot of dancing.
Some dancing.
This is just a weird
Do a lot of
dance.
music performances.
I do. I mean, I could get a skill, and I already have skill in music.
You,
Never mind.
you
I
could
do.
make it that you're a specialist. Better.
Good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Do what feels right for Coda.
Oh. Still
And
thinking about it.
yeah. Well, I know you're looking at skills. What's the other one you're considering rather advanced?
Oh yeah, I could take another one if I wanted to. Let's see. What else would I do?
And yeah, just to go over again, I don't know if we've talked about it on the stream before. I think yeah, but I'm just gonna clarify this since so for me, this game's really cool and wants you to award a lot of XP, but it also wants your players to. I think it said about half of the XP to on short terms and medium terms and immediate benefits. So they want the players to be spending XP for rerolls. That. So when I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about how people play RPGs, this sort of limited leveling up system, I felt made it so that the players felt more able to spend their XP on that type of stuff without falling behind, which is one of the reasons I kind of went towards it.
Right.
Yeah. So that was part of my consideration for it and why I wanted to do it that way. Right now, we're considering how long we want this show to go on, and even if we don't record and air all of it, how long we want to play this story in this setting. And that's kind of how I'm trying to base how much I'm doling out XP or doling out advancement options. Also, if you're unfamiliar with the Cypher system, characters will eventually, air quotes, level up once they take 4 advancements. They increase in tier. Once they do that, they get some new abilities from their type and their focus. So those are much bigger step ups. Depending on how long the bandit camp takes, they might get there after the bandit camp. They might not. Who knows? It's a little bit up in the air. I guess I'll also take this opportunity to mention holiday season is coming up.
That's
and
right.
we're all sort of doing this for fun. So don't be surprised if there's 2 to 3 weeks in December/January that nobody shows up. And the same, I will say the same. I wouldn't be too surprised if we don't get together the week of Thanksgiving. Although honestly, I wouldn't be too surprised if we did either.
That's very fair.
I mean, especially with this year.
Yeah. Yes. But
Like, what are we going to be doing otherwise?
right. Yeah.
At least, what am I going to be doing?
Right. I was yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking the same thing. I'll probably work that Monday anyways, so it doesn't really matter. I probably won't go into the office. I'll still work from home. Like, I mean, we could. It depends on what other people's plans are. I don't want people to feel pigeonholed. Most of us are from the United States, so that is could hinder a lot of us if anyone wants to travel with their family. So, and again, we're doing this for fun. So, if people want to do that, they are encouraged to do so. Um. So yeah. Don't be surprised if in the next coming couple weeks they're not in the next couple months if we miss some weeks. Uh, I guess if you're to start watching this on YouTube or something, or watch the VODs avidly for some reason.
You know, one day we'll blow up.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it'll be one day when we spend a lot more effort in making a much higher produced thing, and we want to hide the shame that is this.
But what if my pools aren't high enough to spend that effort?
That's the hard point.
Uh,
Yeah, we'll
I'm,
get there once we start getting a little
I'm
bit more
sorry.
higher pools. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
you're not sorry, and that's fine.
You're right.
And
No
that's
regrets.
That it is. A question: are there airplanes in this world?
fine. There are some.
Mhm.
Yeah, so there are some, but they're very short travel. Nothing that can get you very far.
I want Coda to be a pilot. He's gonna be a pilot by the end of this.
I mean, there's rigid air dirigibles. I don't know. There are probably blimp travel, a little more common than airplane.
Okay. I'm just looking at stuff.
Here's
Yeah.
a question for you, Mick. While I'm looking at leveling up stuff, I
Yep.
was thinking of maybe adding a skill like just overall insight to like understand what's going on in that. But I also see that I have an inability with discerning the disposition of others and detecting falsehood. So it seems like if I were to do that, I would just be getting rid of those
Yes.
two
Yep.
instead.
Essentially.
Yeah, and that would just basically get me back into into like a I'm not losing any points or any having any difficulties with
Yes.
that. So
Yep.
I'm thinking I'm just gonna put it into perception, so I'm trained in perception, and then I just added another edge point to my intellect.
All right. Sounds like we got Reese's.
Reese's Pieces.
Reese's. Um, we got Reese's locked down. Is everybody else got theirs locked down?
I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now, it's probably gonna be a fleet of foot and then a speed edge.
Okay. So, what are you striking? What are you gonna not take?
Yeah, that's a part of this, isn't it?
Yep. So while you're thinking about that, why don't we sort of get the why don't we get the lockdowns on James's, and we'll refresh Julia's. All nice and tidy in one spot. So is hers already.
Yeah, I still am going with the speed edge and perception. Just very practical.
It is. All right. All right. What? Refresh us on how Lapis got better.
She increased her might edge and she took stat pool, so she got extra in might and extra in speed.
All right, Coda. Figure out that final part. Which one you're not taking?
Yeah, I won't reduce the cost for wearing armor.
No. You have to choose between.
Oh,
Yep. You have to choose
skills.
between increasing capabilities, moving towards protection, extra effort, or skills.
I'll cross out skills. I won't take a skill this tier.
All right. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with that, we should wrap up. Um, thanks anyone who watches this. We appreciate it. I mean, we're doing this mostly for ourselves, but you know, if someone enjoys it, I guess that's cool too. Uh, if you're watching on Twitch or a Twitch VOD, and you're like, "Wow, this is the 5th episode," but the Twitch VODs only have 2 because that's how Twitch VODs work right now for us. We have all of them on YouTube. So there's a YouTube link in our Twitch description that you can use to get to them. We have all of them, as well as the other things me and James did this weekend, which you can check out, where we played some Ironsworn. A lot of fun.
Good times.
Yeah. Yeah, we may or may not do that again. When? We don't know. It'll be a surprise. So,
Right now.
right
Maybe.
now. Immediately after this. Yeah, no. So if you are so inclined and want to see other stuff we've done as a group, check out that. And there may even be more stuff in the future if we decide to not be lazy. Inversely, if you are watching this on YouTube, we have a Twitch that we stream this on every Monday. Of course, I just told you that we're not possibly going to be doing it a bunch of Mondays, but most Mondays. uh, So if you want to check us out, most Mondays we are on Twitch at the channel goes live at 7 p.m. But we don't really start the game till 7:30 Central Time, Central Standard Time. Now that stupid daylight savings is over. So, yeah, come make us feel less lonely by hanging out and chat and watching us. We'd appreciate it. And I won't sit here like staring at a blank computer screen for half an hour before the show starts.
Just time to disassociate for a little bit.
Yeah.
Sit at your place in the universe.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, you can check us out those two separate places. And like I said, we may be doing other stuff, so if you want to know about that other stuff, you can follow us on Twitch or subscribe to the YouTube channel, because we haven't set anything in stone, because we're professional guys. We're professionals. Really good at doing things professionally. Just kidding. We're terrible. We're terrible amateurs. But
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. Again, thanks for watching, and bye.
Bye.
Bye.